Good evening and welcome to the Times New Roman Times.
Tonight, we turn to Central Europe, where the Czech Republic is heading toward a pivotal parliamentary election on October 3rd and 4th, 2025.
This is not just another election.
The latest polls show a dramatic shift in the political landscape, one that could redefine Czech's priorities, alter its foreign policy stance, and send ripples across the European Union.
Let's break it down. First the numbers, then the parties, and finally, what these trends mean for both Prague and Brussels.
Recent polls, averaged across multiple sources, tell a clear story.
The populist ANO movement, led by former Prime Minister Andrej Babiš, is far ahead, between 31 and 36%.
In second place is Spolu, the Together coalition of the Civic Democrats, the Christian Democrats, and the Top 09, polling around 19 to 21%.
Third is the far-right SPD, Freedom and Direct Democracy, holding steady at 12 to 14%.
Then comes Stan, no, not the Eminem song, Mayors and Independents, at 11 to 12%.
The Pirates, running with the Greens, sit at 7 to 8%.
And the new left-leaning alliance, Stachilo, meaning enough, is hovering just above the 5% threshold, at 5 to 7%.
Smaller parties like the motorist parties remain below 5% and are unlikely to enter parliament.
What's striking is the stability at the top.
ANO's lead has held for months, more than 10 points ahead of its nearest competitor.
But there are subtle shifts. ANO has dipped by about 1 point in recent months. Meanwhile, Spolu has gained by about the same. The Pirates have nudged upwards slightly.
SPD numbers? Flat. A loyal core base, but no sign of expansion.
For Stachilo, the question is simple. Can they hold the line above 5% all the way to election day?
National numbers tell one story, but regionally, the picture changes.
In almost every region, ANO leads. In Moravia Silesia, their lead exceeds 20 points.
The one exception? Prague.
In the capital, Spolu leads with 29%. ANO is in second at 21%.
Stan and the Pirates do better here too, while SPD falls into single digits.
This urban-rural split is a pattern we've seen all across Europe. Cities lean liberal or centrist, while rural regions often favor populist or nationalist parties.
Let's profile the key players.
ANO, founded and led by Andrej Babiš, once an anti-corruption movement, now a populist powerhouse. Their focus, domestic spending, lower taxes, skepticism toward NATO targets, and military aid to Ukraine.
Spolu, a coalition of the three center-right parties led by Prime Minister Petr Fiala, firmly pro-EU, pro-NATO, and pro-Western alliances.
The SPD, far-right, nationalist, strongly Eurosceptic, wants referendums on EU membership and tighter immigration controls.
Stan, centrist and pro-European, focuses on local governance, transparency, and economic development.
The Pirates and the Greens, progressive on social policy, environmental protection, and digital rights.
Stachilo, the leftist alliance, advocates for welfare expansion and rolling back privatization.
If these numbers hold, ANO will win the most seats, but not a majority.
In a 200-seat chamber, you need 101 for a majority. ANO's polling translates to around 72 seats.
So, coalition building is inevitable.
Possibilities? Partnering with the SPD, which would alarm Brussels, working with Stan, less ideological overlap, but possible on economic grounds, or negotiating with multiple smaller parties.
So, what would a Babiš return mean for Czechia?
Economically, expect spending to shift away from defense and towards domestic programs. Babiš opposes meeting NATO's higher defense spending targets.
On foreign policy, ANO is cautious on Ukraine and less inclined to send weapons. This would mark a clear break from Fiala's strongly pro-Kiev stance.
And on governance, critics warn of possible democratic backsliding, citing Babiš's past legal controversies.
Now, the European picture.
If ANO governs with Eurosceptic partners, Czechia could move closer to the positions of Hungary's Viktor Orban or Slovakia's Robert Fico.
That means more clashes with Brussels on migration, rule of law disputes, and the EU's response to Russia.
Even if EU and NATO membership remain, a more skeptical government in Prague could slow down EU decision making on sanctions, defense integration, and climate goals.
And with Eurosceptic movements gaining in France, Germany, and Italy, a shift in Czechia would add another crack to the EU's unity.
To sum up, ANO, strong lead but will need partners. Spolu, a main pro-European alternative but faces a steep climb. Smaller parties, they're likely going to be the kingmakers in coalition talks.
And the stakes? Not just the future of Czech policy, but the direction of the EU itself.
The voters will decide in October, and the result will echo far beyond Prague.
I'm Mario, and this is...
I'm Zach.
And this is the Times New Roman Times.
Stay informed
Stay engaged.
and join us next time.